In guided reading, we've been talking about nonfiction texts and how to continue our research or continue learning about what we've read about. Today, we're going to look at a website that will help us find more information to the questions that we came up with last week. So, when you're on our third grade website, you're going to go to For Students and scroll down until you find KidRex. It's the bottom button. Click on that and it's going to take you to a website. This is a search engine that's really good for third graders because it'll give us articles that won't be too difficult, won't have information that we don't need. And so this is what we use when a grown-up might use Google. So what you're going to do is in this search bar, you will type in your question. And last week we came up with the question, why do zebras have stripes? So you'll type that in and hit search, and you'll come up with a long list of articles that are answering that question. But we need to figure out which articles would give us the best information. So the first thing we'll do is look at the links themselves, and we can get really good clues about which articles would be best for us by looking at who the article is by, what website it's from. So if we look at the first one, it's from Live Science, and we haven't used that one before, so we are not sure, is that too hard? Is it going to be too easy? But we'll keep looking right now. This one says National Geographic. Now, we've used National Geographic Kids for a lot of different things, and we know they have really good information. It might be a little bit hard, the reading, but we can definitely try that one out. Discover Magazine is another really good one. But if we come down here, we see newsroom.ucla.edu. Well, we know the EDU stands for education, but UCLA is actually a college. So that's a good indicator that this is going to be too tough for us. So we're going to keep going. We'll skip that one. And what we would do is keep looking through these, see if any of them catch our eye, if we're familiar with any of the websites that the information comes from. And I see several. So what I'm going to do now is look at the words in bold. Remember, when an author puts words in bold, it's because he wants those to stand out for you. He wants you to see those, they're important words. And these words in bold actually come from our question. So we're looking for links that have lots of bold words here. And if we look at the first one, it's called Why Do Zebras Have Stripes? It's not for camouflage. If I look at this little blurb, it's just a little short snippet from the article. I see it says zebras' thick black stripes may have evolved to help these iconic creatures stay cool in the mid-African heat, a new study suggests. So the words in bold here, zebras, stripes, have, well, I know this is definitely talking about why zebras have stripes. I'm going to check that one out. Next one, a leopard may not be able to change its spots, but some zebras change their stripes. Zebras in warmer places have more stripes, a new study. And that's the snippet for that one. And let's look at this last one. Scientists have offered a number of theories for zebra stripes, but it turns out the pattern evolved to deter biting flies. So what you're going to do is you're going to write down which articles you think will help you out the most. You're going to come back to that. So you don't have to write the entire blurb down. You can just write down the title of the article so that we can come back to that later. I'm going to click on Why Do Zebras Have Stripes? It's not for camouflage. And what I'm going to do is just skim through it. We know that good readers skim to find information. So I'm going to read through this quickly, see if I find the information that I'm looking for. And if I am, I know this will be a great resource for finding out the information. I'm also going to want to use the 5-finger rule. If there are 5 words in here that I don't know, it's going to be too hard for me, and I'm going to choose not to use that one. Okay. So looking at this one, I think this one's a pretty good fit. I'm going to put a star on my paper next to this title so that I know this is one to come back to. And I'm going to try another one. Let's do the third one from Discover Magazine. Okay, and I'm looking at this 5-finger rule. There are some tough words in here, but I think I'm okay. I might have to go to a buddy to get some help with a few words, but I'm going to choose this one as well. So I'm going to put a star on my paper next to that link. And one more, let's just look at this UCLA one. Remember, UCLA is a college, so it might be tough. And when I get to the link, oh yeah, okay, one of nature's fascinating questions is how zebras got their stripes. And I'm looking through that. Wow, there are some tough words in here. There might be good information, but if I don't understand what I'm reading, it's not going to help me. Seeing these words, yikes. So this might give me information, but it's going to be too tough. So I'm actually going to cross that title off of my list if I had it written down. Okay. So after I've gone through this and I've found 3 articles that I think will be really helpful for my research, I'm going to stop, and tomorrow we'll go back, we'll look at those articles a little bit more, and we'll begin our research. So that's how we use KidRex to find more information about our guided reading topics that we're reading.